Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to another episode of Music with Nick. I am super excited about this. I am super excited, but again, I'm also kind of like, oh, because there's so much goodies here that I want to do with Alexia. But the thing is that this would be for a full album. We want to do Wind and Withering of Genesis. Like, we want to do the whole thing. And we've heard some, of course, Blood on the Rooftops, and we have done some stuff, but I'm gonna do 2 songs of this album just to give it that Warner, infusion. Otherwise, I don't know, I just don't want this to get blocked because there's some good stuff on here. But yeah, we'll get into it. So this marathon is sponsored by Joe, and this is the second one that I do, and the first one was basically the Frank Zappa marathon that you're gonna see, and I loved the way he called it. It was like no peanut butter, all jam marathon. I love it. Really, really good. So you will see that one pretty much. I think you already have seen it, if you watch all the videos, but this is a little different. So this is also a lot of jam and a lot of improvisation here, all these amazing bands. So Return to Forever is the first one we're gonna do. Theme from the Mothership, from Hymn of the Seventh Galaxy from 1973. So Return to Forever, I mean, that band is just insane. I know the Chick Corea with Aldi Meola, lineup, but Return to Forever is just insane. That's exactly the music that I like. And yeah, so John Scofield, I know of course. I've not really heard a lot. He's not my favorite guitar player. It's like not my favorite fusion, but let's check it out. John Scofield, Chank, from the album A Go-Go. All right. This is from 1997. And then Adrian Belew, Belew, I think it's Belew, Power Trio, and then it's called just E. And this is a video that we're gonna do, and then we're gonna get into Genesis. We're gonna do 2 songs from Wind and Withering from 1976. But that's, I'm just gonna, it's a surprise. Well, I guess you'll see it in the description. We're gonna do Unquiet, Slumbers from the Sleepers, and then In That Quiet Earth. We're gonna finish with that. So we have 2 songs by Warner Brothers, just in case, if we get into any trouble with the marathon. So, all right. So here we go. Give me just 1 second. And thank you for being here. Thanks again, Joe, for sponsoring this awesome musical adventure. And we'll be right back. Alrighty then. So let's see who's on this album. So Hymn of the Seventh Galaxy. Okay, yeah, I know all these players. I love all these players. Chick Corea on the acoustic piano, on the Rhodes, Fender Rhodes electric piano, harpsichord. We have Bill Connors on the electric guitar. Ooh, he's so good. He even had his little Holdsworth era where he tried to do the same thing. Very good, very good. And then Stanley Clarke, of course, from that I love from all his interactions with Aldi Meola, the Ride of Strings, but just his stuff, even his solo work is so good. And then Lenny White, my lord, on the drums. Yeah, this is gonna be insane. Okay, so I'm ready to rock. Here we go with this is from, again, no, it's not correct. This is I already set the year. Here we go. Theme to the Mothership. Let's go. I think I need to make like 4 videos of the song because like you can't focus on everything. Like I'm literally right now, I don't know why I'm so focused on the guitar, and it's just like, but I'm missing all the fills and the bass and the amazing lines by Chick. So I don't know why I'm just so focused on Bill Connors' playing. I think because I'm so enamored with Aldi Meola's playing that I miss it a little bit. You know, I think he's fantastic what he's doing, but I miss that staccato and that palm muting, and I'm sure he doesn't want to do it because this is after Aldi Meola, you know. This is like so 91, and he doesn't want to sound like Aldi Meola. I mean, no freaking way he wants to sound original. So, but I do miss that, you know, that staccato palm muting, like rapid fire, whatever he does, you know. Aldi Meola is such a good player, and I listened to Aldi Meola for so many years just by himself. I didn't even know about, you know, Return to Forever for the longest time. So I just was like, you know, Elegant Gypsy, Land of the Midnight Sun, and from that on, you know, Casino and all that good stuff, Electric Rendezvous, and I listened to all the Aldi Meola stuff by himself, and I was just so in love with that style. And I even remember then I had this friend, and he was a drummer, very, like, he was actually my music teacher, and his dad was my music teacher as well. And his dad was a bass player, and he was a drummer, and I once was like, so what do you think about Aldi Meola? And he's like, no, I don't like it. And I'm like, what? Are you serious? And the guy plays jazz, but he was a huge fan of like Yes and King Crimson and Queen and Frank Zappa and Alan Holdsworth and Pat Metheny, and I'm like, you don't like Aldi Meola? Like, what is wrong with you? No. It's too predictable. It's too linear. But the guy was really like, he was just insane. Like, he taught me like chord progressions that to this day are just like boggle my mind. Like how many chords you could make out of one chord. We would do like, I don't know, like 50 variations. Ridiculous, just ridiculous. And why, and you know, stuff like that. But now I've talked to him recently, like let's say like a year ago, and he's like, oh my god, I was so wrong about Aldi Meola. I'm like, right? You know, like, he's like, yeah, I just didn't listen to him. Like I didn't know what I had missed. So he kind of like at the end, he I think he just had heard something like something more simple, you know, and he was embarrassed, you know. Because I was like, you're talking about one of the greatest fusion player in the world, and he's too linear. Are you serious? You know, have you heard him? Yeah. So I think he had heard like, I don't know, something commercial like Dark Eye Tango, you know, something like that, you know. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Like I go off on my little, you know, rants or whatever. But this is fantastic. Everybody's just so good, you know. So yeah, this requires lots of you know, repeated listenings just to get everything, to take in everything, right? Because it's so good. So let's continue. I'm gonna try and just focus on the bass for now. It's that. Okay. Wow. So just real quick, so obviously I Spotify so they always get all the years like they got it mixed up. So this was the third album, 1973, before Al Di Meola. Which even says here uh Seven of the Galaxies, the third studio album by American jazz fusion band Return to Forever. It was released October 1973. I guess they re-released it in 91 here. And it says so it says here Flora Purin, Joe Farrell, and Airto Moreira were replaced by drummer Lenny White and guitarist Billy Connors. It would be the only album with Billy Connors as the guitarist. He left after its release and was replaced by Al Di Meola. Wow. Well, so my whole thing about like not wanting to sound like Al Di Meola doesn't make sense now. Well, I think he sounds great. I think he did an amazing job. I think he's an amazing guitar player by himself, as in this, outing. I think I own 3 Bill Connors albums, and they're freaking amazing. What Chick Corea was doing there, oh my god, it's not even arpeggios. It's almost like he's trying to out, like he is pushing the envelope so much. Like it's not even like, when you hear this, it's like, how is that even humanly possible to play? And you can't, I'm sure you can't play that stuff, even if you tried on the guitar, even if you use all your 4 fingers to tap. I mean, I've seen some weird stuff recently, actually, by TJ Helmrich, who's an amazing guitar player. And he released an album with Brett Garsett, and he does like this 8-finger tapping, and it's just, oh my god. Today I was practicing, and I was like doing 1 finger, and I was adding like a second, and it was just so hard to do. So yeah, this was fantastic. Great song, great improvisation. I loved it. Okay, give me just 1 moment. All right, I'm back. Okay, just needed to do something real quick. Okay, so let's continue with John Scofield. A Go-Go is the song from the album A Go-Go, 1998. Like, I'm not even gonna say the years anymore. You guys know it way better. And it's kind of like, it's sad that Spotify gets so many things wrong, when it comes to the years. So yeah, so John Scofield, I've heard some John Scofield, but he's more, I don't know, I can't really say. Like, I maybe this is gonna blow my mind. I'm gonna be a John Scofield fan from now on. I don't know. Like, I really haven't heard him enough. I've heard him like 2-3 times, and I think he's more well known than the guitar players that I listen to. Like, even I was playing something to Mario the other day. Mario's Alexia's dad. And he's like, "Oh, this reminds me of John Scofield." So if Mario knows John Scofield, then I'm sure John Scofield is way more, in the commercial, side of things. Because Mario listens to a lot of radio. Here we have this amazing radio station, Kuvo Jazz, and they do play some like obscure stuff, but mostly it's well known, So John Scofield is on that playlist, on rotating. So let's go for it. Let's just see what goes on with John Scofield, and here we go. Boom. beautiful. Like, I just love the coolness of the improvisation. It's and oh wow, I didn't know he had won 3 Grammy awards for best jazz instrumental album, best solo, 4 nominations for a Grammy, the Miles Davis Award, and honorary doctorate of music from Berkeley. Wow. I mean, you don't see that on all the players, you know. Like I think Aldi Meola won 1 Grammy. And then there's like players. Oh my god, he has so much albums. Yeah, it's crazy. I love this playing. Really good. I love the vamp, the drumming, and I love that distorted tone. It's really distorted. It's really like there's a lot of body on there, you know, like it's like he's not like playing, he plays like, you know, the more like bebop-ish licks and stuff and more standard jazz, but I love that it's distorted, you know. It's not so, I think that's when I played, I don't know which guitar player it was. I think it was Greg Howe, who obviously uses a lot of distortion and does like crazy stuff, like, you know. And then, but I think that's when he said it reminds you of John Scofield, because it's a more distorted approach to you know, just standard jazz playing, but it's also, there's a lot of fusion there, you know, really good. Nice. So good. Very cool. Very cool, like pausing and the pacing of the, you know, that. Very cool. All right, so now let me switch over to a video. I'll be right back with Adrian Belew. I looked it up, and we'll be right back with him. All right, so Alexa just came home, so I took a little break, and so this is the Adrian Belew Power Trio playing E, and it also says Minal Symbols. I think Minal Symbols. That's the company um, that made the video, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But it was, I just needed to talk about this because the other day, I don't know what I said, because I do mispronounce a lot, but because the reason I mispronounce a lot is because I never really know, because I could, for example, this word here, Meinl. Meinl, it sounds very German, and I could see, I could say like Meinl, right? But Meinl is like, mine is like my in German. So this happens all the time when I listen, when I read a name, and I'm like, okay, this sounds like, I don't know, this sounds a little more like Spanish, this sounds like German, this could be whatever, right? So that's why we get a lot of, mispronunciations and stuff. And honestly, I wasn't born in this country, and I'm not used to saying names just the way I see them. I'm not gonna say like Gonzalez, or I'm gonna say Gonzalez the way. So it's just like this guy, like literally, he was like, I'm honestly, like, seriously, what did he say? He's like, I'm seriously preoccupied for your intelligence or something. And I'm like, dude, like, I speak 4 languages. I read, I speak, read, and write 4 languages. Like, once you do that, then you can be concerned about my intelligence. And I'm not saying I'm super smart, but it is, that's the reason. And once you master 4 languages yourself, then you can criticize my, my mistakes. So yeah, I just thought that was hilarious. So, all right, so let's go with this song, E. Let's see what they got. Holy moly. I mean, first of all, that lick is sick. It's super, like, I don't know, like abstract, chromatic madness put on a loop. And then that guitar looks literally like a spaceship. Like, I love it. It's so, like, over the top. I love it. I love everything about this. The timing here is ridiculous, the time signature, and then they all kind of like find themselves, and then she, oh my god, on the bass, she's like killing it. She's shredding away like, my god, he must be having such a good time with these two, being such a legend, you know, that he is. I really want to get more into his stuff. I wish we could do, you know, King Crimson on the channel, but it's literally impossible, because it gets blocked by the man himself. Not him, by what's his name again? Well, the main King Crimson guy, the composer. And unfortunately, we were like, okay, let's do it on, you know, Patreon. And even there we got, you know, I think, but it was also because we were like, we made a trailer of King Crimson, and it was like, oh, go to Patreon and listen to the full record, and he didn't like that at all. So, which is understandable. I get it. You know, people of a different generation don't understand. It's like, I mean, because you can already listen to the full album anywhere, on YouTube, and also on Spotify. So I think he just didn't like that we were, you know, monetizing it. But it was our reaction, our commentary, our time. I know it's fair use. It's, you know, it's one of those slippery slope things. You know, I do understand that and I totally respect if he doesn't want it. But it is some sort of advertisement, and all the views that YouTube has, or Patreon, they go to the artist, so he does make money. And I guess he didn't grasp that concept. But well, that's why I would love to do more King Crimson, but we can't. We literally can't. It's just forbidden. It's one of those. It's the same thing with the Falcons. I'm not gonna say the real name. I'm not gonna get in trouble. The Falcons, you know what I'm talking about. So let's this is amazing. Let me, you know what? I'm gonna make this bigger. There we go. All right, here we go. So if I end up behind the screen, I'm sorry. So, I'm not really watching the screen. I'm watching the big screen here. So let's continue. His face is like, whoa. I love it. Really cool. Really good. I loved it. I wanted to recommend you some stuff, Joe, if you like this kind of music, because this music obviously is not for everyone. I love this stuff, like this is literally like food for thought, like food for, I don't know, it's just like it opens up your mind. Check out this is gonna blow you away. The name is called RON, and then Jar Zombek, JARZOMBEK, Jar Zombek, and this guy is like on a different level. That's like, it's this kind of music, very mathematical, and he's also in bands like, check out Watchtower, the band Watchtower, then also the band Spastic Inc., and also the band Blotted Science. It's gonna blow your mind, honestly. Like, it's literally like this, but much more intense. Like, it's just crazy. That actually, I have some videos on the channel if you want to check them out with Alexia. We've got some Watchtower, some Ron Jar Zombek reactions, some Blotted Science, and some Spastic Inc. He's all involved in those bands, and it's literally like this, just like turned up to like 11. It's really, really difficult to appreciate, but I just love that stuff. It's like, that's literally the stuff that I look for. This was great, man. I loved it. All right, give me one moment. All right, so we have arrived at the, I guess, the pretty part, the pretty part of the marathon, and so we're gonna play these two songs, by Genesis from Wind and Wuthering, 1976, and basically they bleed into each other. And I don't know. I don't know if they're instrumental. I have no idea. Joe told me that they would go well together, and it's also, it's just one of those situations that, since it's Warner Brothers, it's good for the marathon. It's not gonna get, blocked or anything. So let's go with it. I'm not even gonna interrupt. I'm gonna talk at the end because the marathon has been going for a pretty substantial amount of time, so I don't want to make it too long. So let's just, let the music do the talking, and it's about 6 minutes, 7 minutes. So here we go. Genesis with the first song is Unquiet Slumbers for the sleepers, and then it goes into in that quiet earth. All right, here we go. Sounds like Kitaro. Wow. I didn't want to like go further because then it's gonna be like, okay, it was just another 4 minutes, but well, I do want to do the full album. This was great. I love that there is some instrumentals that I don't know of and that Alexa doesn't know of. I don't know if I would have known that was Genesis. You know, if nobody would have told me, just played it to me. It did sound a lot like Emerson, Lake and Palmer. When they get crazy, some crazier yes, you know, just like that kind of progressive rock that's a little bit more out there. I really loved like Steve Hackett's work, Tony Banks is like playing, Phil's drumming is just insane, and Mike Rutherford's bass. I mean, everything is just top notch here. Really, really cool. Really different. Like there was so many great moments. Um, I didn't want to interrupt it, so it's just like now. Obviously, this whole thing that I just heard. Um, but awesome, just awesome ideas, and the keyboards at the end, because I know it's Tony Banks, it did sound like it's a little bit of a trademark, the you know, that kind of stuff. But overall, I really wouldn't have known. Like if nobody would have told me, I would have been like, I don't know, you know, doesn't really. This is so different, you know. This is like real progressive improvisation. I mean, I guess it's not improvised, but it's the way it's written. It's just top. This was so good. Thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate it. Um, uh, I hope you're having fun. I just released, you know, the Frank Zappa marathon right now, as we speak. I hope you're having fun with that, and everybody else, of course. And happy Thanksgiving if you see this. I'm sure I'm going to release this soon. And thanks everybody for watching, for being part of this awesome channel. And I do appreciate it. Thank you. And I'll see you guys in the next video.